Bitcoin has some new signal and some Bitcoin related stock. The movement is going to be funny. And today I give you the insight from the chart. Why Bitcoin go up, but the Bitcoin related stock go down. Today I will give you the insights. Welcome to ymchannel. This channel is about trading strategy and money mindset to help you make more, learn more. Click like, subscribe, share with your friend. So we have some crypto related stocks such as MicroStrategy, Coinbase. Something interesting is when this is the chart for the Bitcoin, this is the chart for the MicroStrategy. By the way, this video is only for education. So when you see the price of the Bitcoin here, when they actually going flat or even going up, but the MicroStrategy actually is going down. What happened? So many people actually they didn't buy Bitcoin, but they buy MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is a company. They buy a lot of Bitcoin. They use all of the um, stock money to buy Bitcoin, and even they use some leverage. So what happening? Why Bitcoin price go up but they go down? You know why? Because the fund money is going out from the stock. So how do you see that from the chart? Basically, it's very difficult for public to do that. But if you use my indicator called ymchannel, you can see very clearly what happened to MicroStrategy. From this day, basically from 18th of July, basically you can see this purple line, this average from upward change to downward. Down, 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 down. Not yet recover. You see here? So they go down, down, down. Why? Because the fund is leaving the stock. Okay, so this is a very powerful indicator. It's very exclusive. You can join the subscription in the link in my description. So you see, Bitcoin go up. Okay, this the up, the highest price is 123,239. Okay, but the related stock going down. So something you need to be very careful because when people always say, oh, this is for sure win, when people assume this is related, then they go down because they always do opposite. Okay, so Coinbase. Coinbase is the platform to trade crypto, and they are the biggest crypto platform. Okay, even when you do the ETF, they basically the institution trade on this platform. This is a very like a sure win platform. But when the Bitcoin go up, what happened is the money is going out. YM Cheapest is checking the super big money, a super big fund. It's not just big volume. Big volume, we look at YM Big Buy. Okay. But if we want to know the institution movement, we look at YM Cheapest. You see they going down. Okay. You see this purple line is going down. Okay. This purple line basically is the average of this red and the pink area. They're going down, 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 down like this. We are still going weak. We are still weak. Okay. But one thing I want to give you some a bit alert about the Bitcoin because they have some new movement, which is very, very interesting. So I'm going to show you now, okay? Because we are looking at Bitcoin USD all-time history index. So this one we don't need. I just explain you how important is this indicator. You see the stock, even the Bitcoin, back to regular. Bitcoin price is going flat or going up, but this purple line is very obvious the money is going out. Okay, but something very interesting because since the last time 123, 124,000, and then we're going down. By the way, in my video, I also mentioned when is the Bitcoin prediction for the peak and also how much. We use Fibonacci ratio to calculate what is the minimum price for Bitcoin peak, right? We use the monthly chart. Now we look at the daily chart. Something interesting. YM chip entry. We look at this indicator. This is a very powerful indicator to tell you the institution is buying. This is a super big fund also. Look at here. Okay, we don't need to look at other indicator. We just look at this one single indicator. You can tell this is relative low. This is relative low. And they have a bunch of buying here. Okay, so every time when they have a green candle, this is a relative low, relative low, relative low. And this also relative low. Okay, and something we need to be a bit alert is here. Okay, is it very similar to this one? Because when we close to the peak, when we close to the peak for the YM chip entry, it's not common for them to happen because they usually happen in the relative low. When they happen, it means this is a relative low. Okay? Point number one. Point number two, are we close to the peak now? For example, if you look at this small candle here, okay, they actually, so remember this market cycle, not this one. Every time when they close to the peak, they should not happen this one. But this one is a very small volume here, okay? So something to be alert, we have a bunch of the candles here. Last prediction, I will put the video at the end. Please watch it. For the Bitcoin, I use Fibonacci monthly chart. Basically, we can go around to 169 or 170,000. Okay. Now, we happen to have so much green here. Can it push higher to the next Fibonacci level? It's possible. So watch that video to see what is the prediction price. They have two options basically. 170,000 is the minimum. Okay. So it's not 1 million for sure, but it's another level. Okay. So now we have this bunch of this. So now when we look at the YM club long to tell you the trend line, basically from this day, they drop below this blue line and they change from upward to downward. And because we have some troubles. Okay. Even for the super long, we have some troubles here. Now we have some buying. Now you tell me, if you follow my channel, you should know what is this buying means when the blue line is going downward. Even we have buying, even they have buying, okay? So far, as long as they didn't go above the blue and the blue did not change the direction to upward, this is still a downward trend. So we will expect that it's a rebound. Is it possible to go lower? Yes, but I can tell you this is a relative low point now. Okay, so for example, they can happen two times, just like this one. Go down, up, and down again. Okay? But remember, right, if you buy with institution, you are buying at the relative low point. So we have three strategy to buy with this YM chip entry. Okay? So the first one is we use the safest method, which is the first candle as a reference, as a key candle. So which is 117. 117. Well, but it's far above the blue. Another more ambitious buying method is we use the highest green candle here, and you relate to the stock price. The highest one is the, you see? So they have few candle. They are still under this line. Even today, we are still under this line. Okay? Once they go above, they close above, this is the buy signal. Then it's confirmed this is finished. Because once the institution is still buying, if we step in now, and YM chippers is still going down, the blue line is still going down, this is quite risky unless you have a lot of capital because you can buy many times. If not, you need to use this strategy. You need to confirm they have done the buying because you don't want to buy when they're pushing down the price. Does it make sense? You want to buy right after they finish the buying. Okay? Right after they finish the buy. Because when they buy, look at this, they will push down the price. It's very common. Even after they buy here, when they touch the blue line is still a trend going downward. They push down again, then buy again. Okay, so basically they use this bunch of time to buy and this bunch of time to buy. And once they go above, then it's the turn. Okay, you add here, and you can use my last strategy to buy around this area. You add here, and you add again here. Okay, it's not 100 all in. We are not in the gambling. We don't need to all in. So we buy with different percentage. Okay, so now you know this is a relative low. Okay, so you can add your position when they go above this or when they go above this. The safe one is 117. Okay, if a very ambitious one, then 112. Okay, so then this is the Bitcoin. Okay, so now we look at another stock like, oh, go back to the MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is the same. They go down, right? They push down, they eat your money, and then they have a lot of buying here. But one thing, to be a bit here. So their buying price, you see, they have two, right? The first one is the first green candle here. The first one, and then this one, the tallest one here. The tallest one usually is the lowest price because they use a lot of money to buy in. First thing, some people buy here. This is fine. You use this one to cut loss. You use this, the lowest price of this candle, because you buy with this strategy B. So you use this candle as a stop loss. Okay, within this range, they are still buying. The institution still buying. When should we go in the price? So first thing, if you use this single strategy, you can buy here and you hold it. You still hold it. Or you use the first strategy, you buy here. Okay, you buy around here. Okay. Another one thing I want to make a bit clear for you. YM cheapest is still going downward. We need to have one candle minimum, the red one to go above the purple one. Then it is safer. It's like a double confirmation. Then you buy. Or the YM big buy go above 0. Then you buy. But now we have to happen together, man. Like here. Okay, you buy here. Okay, I use one strategy to buy. It's okay, you just hold it, but it's not the best time to buy. Why? Because this is still under 0 here, but still fine. But this is still under the purple line. I mean, institution is not really the holding is not above the average movement, so it's not really that strong yet. You're buying at the lowest. Remember, you buy at the lowest, not the strongest. If you use strategy B, okay, strategy A is a more safe point, which is not yet, which is higher. When it's safe, then when it is safe, usually the price you buy should be higher than the more risky one. Okay, here. So this is MicroStrategy. Another one I want to update is Coinbase. Coinbase. Okay, Coinbase. Now we have two area. We have green candle, YM chip entry, which means this area and this area. We look at this area, the latest one. Okay, so basically, this is the line. This is the line. The YM cheapest is still going downward, but they're going flat. They're going flat now. And YM big buy, you look at the movement. What is YM big buy? YM big buy means big volume trade. Green candle is net buying. Okay, so buying more than the selling. They filter big volume. So this is volume, right? They have public volume, like normal people, they buying, okay? But they have a other fund house for this buy big volume, or not even fund house, but some individual, they have a lot of money, they buy. Okay, I don't mean 10,000, I don't mean 20,000, this kind of volume, but much bigger. Okay, so it's a filter. They filter the volume, the trade. Okay, so they trade, and now you see it's bigger than 0. The volume is flat, but it is more buying for big volume, and institution is also buying. So what does it mean here? It means they are collecting the stock. Is it very clear, right? This is very clear. Institution buying, big volume buying. But the stock did not go up. Why? Because they're still collecting the stock. They don't tell you. They don't tell you. If you look at the volume, I know you guys have a lot of knowledge about trading. Some of you have a lot of knowledge about trading. But if you simply look at this chart, you don't see anything like when institution buying. The volume, when you look at the chart, the very, very, I'm sorry, but very, very shit trader, they look at the price. What they care is about the price. A bit more advanced trader, they look at the time and the price. They think it's too deep. Okay. And if you have more technique, you look at the volume as well, because volume can tell you many stories. Okay. But it's not just 3D. This is not just 3D, because even the volume, I can filter it out. Okay. And I have other indicator to tell you the trend. I remember one of my comments, they say, oh, you basically trade stock with only one candle. This is bullshit. Yeah, but hello, this line is not caused by one candle. It's nothing to do with one candle. How do they cause? They cause with many candles. It's a lot of calculation inside. This is not one candle. This is not one candle. This is not one candle. So I don't know, like, okay, so if you think this is one candle, you're not even think clearly. Like, how can one candle to project this kind of things out? Okay, so I want you guys to think very deeply how institutions think. Don't think with your own side. Don't think like ants. Don't think like a very basic people. Not basic people, sorry. Don't think very simple. When we look at the chart, we are not 2D, we are not 3D. You need to look very deep about how institution movement because we want to follow institution. Without institution, the stock won't move. Okay, so this is the update today. And now let's look at ETH as well. This is something very interesting. ETH I covered a long time ago. So this is the daily chart. You can see they are quite strong. They're actually stronger than BTS. Why? Look at here. BTC, the Bitcoin, go under the purple line. And the ETH, oh, the purple line serve as a perfect support. Yes, they start a bit late, but I mean, they are stronger a little bit. Okay, the BTC and ETH. And now we look at this, but ETH, do we have a low point here? Not really. Not really. The low point is here, around 2004, this level. So you see, when this happen, the power is very strong, even for the stock. The next video of mine, I will show how this work in the monthly chart. Okay, so it's very powerful because daily chart already, this one can go from around 2,200, 2,500 up to right now is 4,400. So which is quite a very a good movement. Okay, I show you here. I have nothing to hide. You just is the chart never tell you the lie. Okay, so what we do is in my strategy, they have two type of trading usually outside. Usually the very basic one, the very easy one, they follow the trend. So this is left, the left is going down, the right is going up. The one who follow the trend to go up is very easy one. So when they follow the trend, well, you need to hide my indicator because they use the trend line or they buy here, you just take the boat to go up. This is fine. All the method make money. Okay. This is called right trade, sorry, white trade because it's right hand side. Okay, it's like a V shape, right? The right hand side. The left hand side is institution. The institution use left hand side to trade. Okay, so how do you know when to enter? You need more technique because institution doesn't think like public trader, the individual trader. They do opposite. So when they're doing the dropping, they start to buy, they start to buy, they start to buy, they start to buy. Both make money. What I do is, I do when they change the trend, I buy. Okay, of course you can buy here also, up to you. But I like to do is you can add your position when they go above the blue and they have the green. Okay, then you add. And then you add your position around here because they changed the trend. Okay, depends on the time frame. The daily chart is for a shorter time frame. We have also monthly chart, weekly chart. You can use the same method. Okay, so this is a very handy method. We buy here. We don't buy here, man. This is like, wow, this is so far away. We buy when they just change the trend. Is it clear? So the Bitcoin, the same thing. When they change the trend, you buy here. You buy here. Then you don't need to suffer the way to go down because you need to have a, not everyone can be so patient, to be honest. When they buy here, and they hold for a few years to come back to the price. Not many people can do that. So I buy here. This is so safe. This area is so safe. Look, why? Because I know the institution come in and I know they're going up. You see the holding, they're going up. So this is a very easy game. Now we have green chips. If you don't use this A-B strategy, we can wait when they go above the blue. They will, because blue is coming down. You add your position here, okay? And then when change, because they are still possible to go down a bit more. Does it make sense? You can wait they go above the blue. You have your first position. And then you add your position when the blue change upward. Okay? It's still good. And if you have nothing, you can also use A-B strategy. But one thing, don't do all in. You need to separate your lots. Okay? So this is the update for Bitcoin and the Bitcoin related stock. I hope you like this video. Another stock I want to mention is I'm sorry, so I want to share with you so many things. So another stock I want to mention called Galaxy. This is a very interesting stock, and it's related to the ETH. You can also have a look. You can see when they do sideways, they have institution come in. When they have going down, 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 they have institution come in. Now they show two candles of institution. Is it the time to buy now? If you use a strategy, okay, and basically you can start to buy now. But look at the YM big buy and the institution. It's not yet really that strong, but the big volume, you see the big candle here, not yet go above the zero. We want, if you want to be very, very safe, go above zero, and this one go above the purple line. Okay, but if you're more ambitious, you can start. But again, this is not advice, anything. I just tell you the education thing. I learn before you earn. So you can see if you use A-B strategy, you need to tell me is it buy point or not. Okay, so this is the update today. Again, the blue line is still going down. Even they go up, they still have some resistance. Okay, so this is the update today. I hope you like this video. The next video is our favorite stock. Guess which one? I see you next video. Bye.